when the clutch is engaged and this thing goes, it goes.
In the last episode of Cars and Cameras, we swapped on 3 built Honda clone engines onto our 3-engine mini bike, giving us about 40 to 45 horsepower and the ability to do burnouts at 40 miles an hour. Well, in today's episode, we're taking it to the 8th mile drag strip, where we're hoping to run somewhere in the 9s in the 70 or above mile an hour range. So this is a little sketchy, like usual on Cars and Cameras, but we pretzeled one of the chains in our last testing video. And so we need to make sure that we have fresh, high-quality chain going on to this project so we don't lock up the rear tire at 60 or more miles an hour on the drag strip. So we're going to give our 3-into-1 header one more shot at redemption, but we're going to do that after the drag strip, after our high-speed testing is done. Last time, our 3-into-1 header may have caused some running issues with these engines, but we want to figure out for sure at the end of this video after the drag strip. So Ike is getting our chains figured out, and we're going to be loading up and headed to the track. So here's the chain we ruined the other day. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty gnarly. It just blew apart. Was it at the master link or somewhere else?
It was somewhere else.
So it's not the master link.
It's right next to the master link.
Okay. And this is what happens if you're running this much power. You can run into this with cheap chain. I just feel like we say over and over again, if you want high quality chain, this Go Power Sports gold chain, the way it this is a used chain and it still feels better than new hardware store chain. It's pre-stretched, it's thicker, it's just good stuff. I'll link it in the description if you want to check some out for yourself. You're gonna need it if you're making a lot of power.
We have to go gold link chain on the rear, and so we had all the power going through the rear chain and it didn't snap.
Yeah, the rear one was fine.
Yeah.
It was the middle one.
It's the middle one, so.
Crazy.
Yep. So since we're putting new chain on this bike, I've got to loosen up all 3 engines, and we're going to install the chain and adjust the tension of the chains where I like it. So not too tight because we don't want to burn up the clutches and stuff. So got to loosen up these engines. All right. I love this chain brake. That easy. That we're now putting on the middle. Although there's I think there's some more Go Power Sports chain that's not as HD. Maybe.
So the new chains we're installing are just a little bit looser than what we're taking off, which means we need to tension all 3 of our engines individually. Did I do something I'm not supposed to?
No.
Okay. Which means we had to loosen our chain tensioners, and that means that our header isn't going to fit right, our 3-into-1 header, but we can oversize the holes. It'll be all right. We got new chains installed. We're going to do a test pass in the yard real quick, make sure we don't have too much or too little slack, and then we'll see you at the drag strip. So cool! Oh, crap! Look how proud he is! We're on 2 engines now. think it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean, look.
What do you mean did it do a good rolling burnout?
It left a solid black mark all the way out.
Well, I do know that, you know, when the clutch is engaged and this thing goes, it goes.
Yeah.
But
see, y'all put a gold chain up front.
yeah, we put a gold chain up front. We put a better chain in the middle.
Okay.
And then the gold chain on the rear. So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. I think the chain slap is down to a minimum. I think we're good to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you at the track. We're out here at the drag strip, 8th mile. It's a beautiful evening. And Ike, you okay with hopping on this first?
Yeah.
I don't really want to ride it. It was scary before. I mean, with 3 stock engines.
He came to party.
Yeah. So we're looking for, I'd be happy with a 950 with this. And I think it'd be awesome if we saw 70 or 75 miles an hour. So that being said, be safe.
Thanks, man.
Yep. I think it needs another gear.
Alright, we'll put the 58 on it.
I think it's set up for the half mile.
It acted like there was only one engine on the line.
Well, we got to get it up on the block.
No, it was engine. Yeah, 65, almost 66 miles per hour.
Something bogged on the engine.
It felt like 2 engines were dead off the line, and I was just running on 1 engine. And then all of a sudden, at the 60-foot mark, it's like the engines came alive.
Yeah, it was like it was dead, and then all of a sudden.
So it's not the gear. 2 of the engines just didn't want to go. Maybe I ought to just kind of ease into it and not stab it.
You think they got a corner of the parking lot we can kind of test for 20 feet with, or?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble, but I don't want to sit in line for 20 minutes to have that happen again. That was embarrassing, dude. We're the guys that show up to the track and everyone is like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then like, it's always slow.
So at 65 miles per hour, like 66 miles per hour,
it's not bad.
The engine RPMs were like up there, like where they needed to be.
So you don't think you think that the engines were pretty much at the top end of their power band?
Yes.
Okay. It's just a matter of getting off the line.
It's a matter of getting off the line.
Okay. And I do want to point out that we have like basically yard cart clutches. These clutches are designed for like mini bikes in the 60s. They're not torque converters. They're not junior dragster CVT setups.
3 of those.
Yeah, we need 3 junior dragster CVT setups, and this thing would.
And can we fix one thing?
What's that?
Charles?
That's my design.
Well, your design near about hit the track.
It's all right, but it didn't. It's fine. It's fine. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm telling you what, you guys just got all kinds of tricks, ain't you?
Yeah, we got a lot of slow stuff today.
So the working theory is that when he gagged it right off the line, the back 2 engines died and they restarted themselves at when it was a mile an hour or something.
Well, the clutch is engaged and it rolled the engine over.
Yeah, that's
and it
true. The
started.
clutch is engaged and it rolled the engine over, and the it started. They both started. So you're gonna try just by easing on the gas.
Yeah, I'll ease onto the gas.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think these clutches have like a 2,000 RPM stall or less, and these engines aren't making power until 3,000 or 4,000 RPM.
Could you imagine how those little engines, they fell asleep at the line and then woke up with wide open throttle?
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah, exactly.
oh my gosh, that would have been awesome.
So he's gonna line back up and try to roll into the throttle, and hopefully all 3 engines will stay running, and we'll go faster, because that was slower than the stock engines.
It stalled 2 engines after the burnout.
What?
Yeah.
Did you guys get them restarted?
I got one started. I think one of them Ike started before I got there, but I don't know if we got all 3 when he took off.
He was like over a second quicker, but still running at 12.
Yeah, something's not right with that.
I think gearing is killing us.
The gear
Too high. It's just the takeoff.
is so bad.
What was my top speed before? This was 69,
Dude,
69.
You went 60, dude, 69, nice.
The dude beside you went 117.
No, we're not gonna think about that.
This one went 108.
Here you go.
So, all right, dude. Okay, so it was slow, but you ran a 69 in the mile an hour. That's pretty cool. That's almost 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh. Wait. I ran a 12 flat.
12 dead? It doesn't make any sense. It's slower than it was before. I have a theory.
Yes.
You know how when you put a hot cam in something,
Yeah.
you make a lot more power at more RPM?
Yeah.
Well, with these clutches, we can't adjust the stall.
No.
So it's spending a lot of time down low where none of the engines are making any power.
Yeah. I kicked off on this.
Oh, I saw. That was hilarious.
Yeah, everybody got it.
I'm sure they thought that was funny.
So
I mean-
it was almost 70 miles per hour.
That's pretty good. But we're out here testing and tuning anyway.
So if we just add a few teeth to the sprocket,
If we could somehow get more stall out of those clutches, I think that and the gear those are the big ones.
or maybe if we can fit some torque converters on it,
Dude, yes.
3 of them.
Yeah, 3 of the big ones.
I'm wondering if we just do one.
One torque converter just to help it get off the line.
Look, we can feed one torque converter to one clutch.
I mean, I'm with you, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
You had me, then you lost me.
So the front one would have the torque converter, and that chain would go to the clutch, and then clutch, then rear end. So we'd have the takeoff of the torque converter, but then the top end of the other 2.
I think I'm with you.
We just need more, like,
We need more off the line.
Off
You
the
got
line.
plenty of top end.
I got plenty of top end, I just need more off the line. A little embarrassing. You want to try it? A lighter person will do better.
I already ordered a corn dog and some bacon cheese fries, man.
You're still lighter.
We gotta get home and throw our 3-into-1 on this thing for a final comparison.
Okay. It's basically 70 miles per hour at the end of the 8th
That's
mile.
pretty good.
That's pretty good. The bike just takes off like halfway down the track. It just
Pulls.
It pulls.
Nice.
But the first
Half
of the track
is bad.
is bad. I just wanted to run beside the bike going down the track for the first half.
Well, we made it back from the drag strip, and I gotta say, we're all pretty darn discouraged by the performance. I mean, the bike has 40 to 45 horsepower, and it makes awesome power, but it only starts pulling at like 4,000 or above RPM, and we're using just basically yard cart technology for our clutches. If we wanted to go fast, reliably, we would have just built the junior dragster in a mini bike chassis. But on Cars and Cameras, we're always about experimenting around, and sometimes you gotta go really slow before you go fast. So from here, I think we're gonna do a lot of tuning on the gearing and do some testing in the yard. But I think we can get this bike quite a bit quicker in the 8th mile. It just didn't happen this time. So leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode. We are not going to tune with the 3-into-1 header right now. Just we have enough issues with the thing just being slow. We might try it again later on. But it sounded cool going down the track. But man, when that thing did a burnout, everybody was looking. And then to see it take off as slowly as it did, it was truly embarrassing. But it's all right. We had fun. Thank you all for watching. We will catch you next time.